Hi everyone, my name is Bowden. I'm the owner and creator of Quick Fox Coffee. It is day 1404 of my coffee van build. So today I'd like to invite you to come and take a look at what I've been getting up to during that time in the coffee building process. First things first, this is the van. I'm not doing any more to the exterior. I've got the logo set. I do have some fixes to do to the exterior paint, but before we actually go in and actually start the van, we'll be plugging into the 15 amp power socket and then running the generator. So we need to first fill the water tank. So just using a typical garden hose. This is connected to mains water, so this is just fresh water just from the mains. We can plug into our pre-filter inlet. Now the mains are on and the water's flowing in. So being on an angled steep slope driveway, the tank looks lower, but it is actually would be higher up and the drawbar would be dropped down. Now we can come inside the van and we can check it out. As soon as you come into the van, all the mains are off. We've got the LEDs under bench light for the sink area. We've got the main feature light, which is all up under here, which is really, really cool. This took a little bit of sort of figuring out how to finish, but I'm kind of happy with the result. I really like this sort of burrow look and it's really pleasant to work in. Coming out the back, I've got some of the little features. I've got some little foxes and stuff hiding around. This is my fox den. This is where I get to sort of hang out. I've got my nice comfy couch. I'm really happy with my couch. And these are all blackout blinds, so it gets really dark in here, so it's really, really nice. If I want to sort of take a break, I can be in privacy. And then also when I lock the van for security. This is my pie warmer and pie cooker, so basically it gets up to temperature and then heats your pies up. My frozen esky down the bottom for all my frozen food storage. Bin and drawer, it's not in its final spot, but I'll get to it. My tapper for my grinds to go into. This is my little pump, so basically from underneath, the spout comes in, pumps through here, and then goes through all my filter. I've got my accumulator, pressure accumulator, goes into all of my 3 main filters, and then it goes into the pre-filter into my hot water service. Hot water service is on, I think. Yep, hot water service is on. This gets really, really hot. It pulls a little bit of power, but once it gets to temperature, it does really, really well. So yeah, this is just my sink area for all my washing and stuff. I've got my ice machine, sink and disposables. I've got chucks and cloths and, you know, lots of cleaning and stuff. Stuff for cooking as well will go into the top section. All my milk jugs, and yeah, coming down to my grinder mat, to the coffee machine, which is it. So at the moment, I'm still fine tuning it, making sure that everything is equal, and then I'm timing it. I've got all my weighing stuff over here, so I'm just weighing it digitally to make sure that I've got the right amount of water, so 1 part to 2, and making sure the right amount of water is going in each shot. Also measuring out my shot in mils, and looking also for the crema. These coffee beans, was it Brasilia, I think? Yeah, so yeah, they're really good. So it's quite nice. It's not so bitter, it's very nice. So I've been practicing with that. This will also get to pressure once the boiler heats up, and we're looking in between 1 and 2 bars. It's sitting around roughly at the moment, it's what, 1.2, 1.5. It probably sits just above just in the middle of the one. Tamper mat, that's all working here. I'm just booting up Square now. I've gone for this model purely because of the ergonomics on this mat and the materials. I like to sort of being able to give my customers the opportunity to see and actually, you know, use their device. So as terms of transactions, it's also a really good, I've used Square before. It's a great programming software. So I can put all of my consumables, stock, I can do a stock control, and then log it onto my laptop. And then I can do all sorts of things through there. It's all great for calculation and transactional services. So I like the Square. I like the big one too, so then it helps me sit on the go to actually put in an order and then move on to making the order and finishing it up. Basically, we hope to do our service nice and fast. The aim is to be quick Fox. Like, we want to have orders that people come up, have a good time, but, you know, get that order in quick. get to the coffee order. Coffee's the most important thing. It's the bread and butter of the business. But to have pre-made food, so basically setting up in the morning, most of the food will be done from the night before or the day before, but we'll do morning fresh food to be prepped and then stored. So it'll be fresh sandwiches, baguettes, could be rolls. I'm looking at Turkish breads, even doing croquet madams and sort of types of pulled pork. So fresh sort of toasted foods, even croissants and stuff. Banana breads and stuff like that will be in baskets. So we have cakes and things like that in the top section, but then try and have some sandwiches and things for display. Keep it vegetarian and meat separate, so we'll keep vegetarian at the top, meat at the bottom, but we'll probably try and still break it up into as another food barrier to make sure food safety is considered. So we'll be looking at that. I do have all my temperature control stuff there, and I'll be putting a thermometer in each section. So that's kind of it. Yeah, apart from the pies, frozen pies and things like that will be stored and then taken out for preheating and then heating up. So in terms of service, that will be, straight onto there, into paper bags and stuff. At the moment, it's just a temporary spot. But yeah, paper bags and stuff like that in there. Oh yeah, this is another one. So all my coffee sizes, we have small, medium, large, and lids just over here. So we can basically pop it off, mark it up what it is, straight onto the maker, and start pouring and making up the coffee. I've got my aprons, some other bits and pieces in there. I've got all my syrups and stuff. I haven't been a spot for them just yet, but some really nice syrups, hazelnut, vanilla. What else have we got? I think hazelnut, vanilla, and caramel, of course. Yeah, so that's really nice. So I got fire blanket for security. Also got my other fire extinguisher down here as well. We're pulling on the generator around about, I would say, I think very calm, 30% once everything is at temperature. So in the initial stage, I'm pulling around 60% of the generator's capacity. It's a 6.1 kilowatt generator out there. It's fairly loud towards the exhaust side, but we're running about 53 to 57 decibels, and then put it in eco mode and it sort of sits around the 50 decibels. There is a cover that I can put on it, but it's definitely the exhaust side that's loud. But the further it is away from the business, then the better it is for the customer. Today, I have just finished my bench top. So this is literally just a hook-on one that I've made some hooks, and then it just slots in. So I can take this off, fold down the canopy, and then store the bench in here. So I've just oiled it up, so it's going to take a little while to dry, but it's come up really, really nice. I love the wood, the finish on it. It looks really cute. So it matches everything. Everything's that nice sort of warm feel. But I also added the green in there, or else it would be too orange just to break it up. So yeah, all the fridges are doing really well. Security, got my cash register that's hooked up to the Square. We'll go through Square at some other stage, but this is just kind of like a little quick demo of everything that's in the van, and making sure it's all set up and how it all kind of operates and what we kind of want to achieve here at Quick Fox Coffee. I think we'll get started and we'll do a bit of a pour. I haven't tested the milk yet, but we're still working on the pour. So maybe we'll do a quick video for that. I think once I'm sort of more confident and more ready. At the moment, I'm still practicing. It's been many years since I've actually made coffee. I'm very, very, I would say a novice, very novice at it. So I'm humble in my skills and saying I need a lot more practice and to get better. But I'm trying to do all the right things. I'm trying to find all the right guides. I've got my thermometer here as well to make sure I can check my milk. So we're always, we're not burning the milk and going to critical temperature. But again, milk is a whole other thing. I haven't got any milk at the moment to do any tests yet, but I will get more stock in. We are slowly accumulating stock. That's where primarily a lot of the storage will go. It will be going towards different types of milk for the different customers. So you'll have your full cream, your skinny, your lactose, your soy, your almond, and I think what we'll probably get, I don't know if I want to get any more than that. I think that's a pretty good range. but that will take up pretty much majority of the fridge. So that's why inherently I've got more storage for fresh food. We'll have ice cream and stuff. The freezers work really well. So yeah, we'll probably have more fresh food and things like that one there. So then we can make up all the sandwiches and all that stuff. Oh, and these ones too, yeah. So what I was thinking about as well, maybe for summer, making up batch brews of some summery drinks, some fruits and things like that. Maybe, I don't know, some berry blasts, some lemonades, things like that. Things that can be stored in the fridge and then pulled out and then, you know, serve in a glass with ice, and just like for takeaways and stuff, with some straws and stuff. Just something to think about in terms of like catering to a summery thing, because we're going into summer. Ice machine pulls pretty well, creates ice, fills up the tray. It's doing all right. I think I might get another one because it hasn't pulled too much power, and it does give me a full basket of ice, but I'll probably get more. I could upgrade to a very big ice machine. I have seen them online. I'm just looking at the space scenario. The only space I've kind of got left is here, but how deep is it? If not, it might even have to swap over to this side, and then I think about getting another bin sort of situation going. But yeah, it's all teething. It's all, you know, working out how it all sort of fits in. But at the moment, yeah, we're getting closer and closer, ready to open. Yes, some setbacks, lots of work, lots of saving for a lot of these big items. These are the big ticket items. It's taken me a long time to save up for the coffee machine, because this is all of me working and saving towards these goals. Even the square itself was very expensive. Thinking outside the box, how to build this as well and get all of this stuff wired up. Everything, you know, I've installed myself and done myself. So yeah, from day one, which I thought it would take me 6 months to sort of get it all sorted, but it turned into 3 years. So I'm extremely happy with how it's all looking. I couldn't be any more stoked than how it's turned out. I'm very, very excited, and I cannot wait to serve you guys and show everyone and my family and my friends everything that this can do. And then obviously the end goal would be amazingly to take this around Australia and serve coffee to, you know, other people on my travels. So everyone, I would like to thank you all for tuning in to watch Quick Fox Coffee, and sort of staying with me as I sort of give you guys a bit of an update on what the van's been up to and where I've been at. It's been quite a big journey, and I'd like to say thank you to all of my friends and my family for trusting in me and giving me the support and patience needed to complete this project. It was a sort of a dream that I sort of come up with, and, you know, thinking that it could be a cool idea, and then sort of taking that and then conceptualizing it and then turning it into a project. So I'm internally grateful. This is a great thing that I cannot wait to show many other people, and I cannot wait to open. So stay tuned, and I hope to give you guys an update soon when I'll be opening. Like I said, a bit more practice. That confidence needs to come naturally. I need to be more self-assured and reassure myself that it can be done. So yeah, thank you very much for tuning in today, and I hope to see you in the next video.